Hi everyone, and welcome to another fun and exciting trucking vlog. Maybe. Actually, I think this might be moderately interesting at best. Moderately. So, I am currently, maybe if this is recognizable, the truck stop here in New Lisbon, Wisconsin, going up to the Walmart distribution center up in Tomah. I actually have a video of that. It will be uploaded by the time this is uploaded. And I figured, you know what, I'll go ahead and record a video even though I'm starting kind of mid-end trip-ish here. Because, first of all, this Walmart experience, I'm delivering a whole assorted of different craft products. Anything from cheese to hot dogs to just basically everything that they have in their regular cold storage facility. So I'm sure this will be a nice long experience due to the fact that it's a mixed trailer, unlike my previous experience where it was all literally one product and it took half an hour. So excited to see, well, not super excited, but anticipating the lengthy time that this will take. So it'll be nice to record that and compare to see how that goes. And second of all, this is going to roll into a home load vlog. I mean, it's all going to be the same video, but whatever. And that should be interesting because, well, I guess I'll go over the plan. So the plan is, once I get finished here at the Walmart, I'm going to take my trailer, wash it, fuel it up, and drop that off at the Fresh Express in Stringwood, Illinois. Drop the empty trailer there. And then I'm going to bobtail to the Burns Harbor Terminal and pick up a trailer that was picked up by someone else from the Mars Wrigley and Joliet. And I'm going to relay it to the McLean down in Nicholasville, Kentucky. And then I'm going to take that empty trailer, drop it off at Tropicana up in Cincinnati, and then bobtail home. So it seems like a pretty straightforward, easy enough home load this month. August, by the way. Obviously it was in the title, but I didn't say it yet in this video. To give a timeline of how everything is supposed to happen, it's right now about 1:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. My appointment is for 4:45 this afternoon, but since it's Walmart, I can get there up to an hour early. So that means I will start my pre-trip right at 3 o'clock. That'll be 15 minutes. Then it'll take about 30 minutes to drive there, which means I'll get there at about 3:45, an hour early, maximum earliness that I can arrive. I don't think I used proper grammar there. And then we'll just see how long that takes. It'll take probably forever since this is a multi-piece type trailer. The paperwork was thick as hell. It was, I mean, it was probably about 30 pages. So I know I'm going to be there a while. But then after that, I'm going to run down to Streamwood to the Fresh Express. To get down there, I'll go down 94, 39, catch 90 over, and then drop down on the 290, then take the 390, and then I'll be there. Pretty sure I said all of those correctly. And then drop the empty trailer. Of course, I've got to stop somewhere to clean it and fuel it. I'll most likely stop at the Petro out here in, I think it's Wisconsin Dells. That Petro, wherever I went to in that previous video when I was driving from here to the Cargill plant. And then wherever the hell I see a Pilot, I'll stop and get fuel. Even though I just filled it up yesterday, but no, might as well. So that'll be probably about a 3-ish hour drive, maybe a little bit longer. And then it's going to be about another hour and a half to get to the Burns Harbor terminal to pick up the loaded trailer that someone relayed from Joliet. At that point in time, I'm not sure if I'll go ahead and take a break there or try to keep pushing southward, because after that, it's about probably about 7.5 hours to Nicholasville. But the issue there is, it is a Monday night appointment for, I think, 8 o'clock. I'll have to double check. But as my multiple experiences there, I'll probably get there just a bit before 7. If I'm lucky, they'll get me into a door. If not, that's okay. But they have the street parking there, which is only available starting, or only legal starting at 7 p.m. So I want to get there to basically plan it out to where I can check in, and then I have to do a U-turn within the complex and then get back on the street, and that'll put me there at about 7. So with that in mind, my plan is I want to get to the Pilot in somewhere Kentucky. I should know because Kentucky is my home. It's that Pilot on 64 that I always stop at. Oh man, how am I forgetting the name? It's not Waddy, I know that. Or maybe it is Waddy. Is it Waddy? Okay, it is Waddy, Kentucky. Knew that. So the plan is I need to get down to Waddy to do a full 10-hour break or more, depending on how it plays out. And that way, I'll leave there at around 5:30 to get to McLean at roughly 6:30-ish. By the time I do all that process, it'll be 7 o'clock, to where if I need to park, I can park on the street legally. And then be there for however long it takes. And then, because it's Monday night, that's going to be my home load. So after that, I know I'll be tired. So I'll do just a split break, because I know I'll be spending plenty of time there at Waddy, or hell, in McLean. So the plan is I do a split break probably in Walton, Kentucky, drop off my trailer early Tuesday morning, and then bobtail home. So should be a pretty straightforward plan. A lot of errors could happen in that experience, but we're gonna not think about those for the time being and just hope for the best. So back here at the Shell, I parked in the back row this time. Got a nice assortment of trash here. Lovely forest though. Also, for reference, most of these trucks have been here. This guy showed up last night, and there was a guy down there who left this morning, so barely anybody here. I could have stayed at the Pilot because there were plenty of free spots, but I was like, why not come to this place? Plus I wanted McDonald's. Please ignore the fact that I did not try with my trailer lock, but I figured I'm literally here in the middle of nowhere with nobody around, so why should I try? At least I put the lock on it, right? Alright, so I need to figure out what I'm doing here. I've got an hour to kill. Can't go back to sleep, so let's go. I don't know. Do something. Finishing up the pre-trip here. Doing a little investigation here. Dirty. But I will most likely have to get fuel for it. Just because I've been sitting here for about 20 hours. And then I know it's going to be at least another couple hours of it running at the Walmart, so, oh well. Could be worse, I suppose. It's just annoying because I hate going to that Pilot. I'm going to go ahead and remove my lock here, as I do not want to deal with it when I get to Walmart. And then I'm going to be on my lovely way. So that's exciting. Oh boy. I'm not super thrilled about what I'm anticipating here, but you know, that's life. What a lovely scenic clouds here. I know I had better words for that, but that didn't work out, now did it? Anyways, I'm hooked up, or unhooked up here. Just dropped off my paperwork. It is now going to be the waiting game. Finished here at the Walmart, or well, I'm just about to depart. So, interesting information here. Driver arrived at window at 16:03. Unload start time 18:38. So almost 3 hours after that. Unload end time 19:21. So about an hour to unload. Paperwork available 2013. So about an hour after they finished unloading to do the paperwork. And they didn't call me to the window, well, maybe about 10-15 minutes after the actual paperwork was ready, so oh well. Successfully here in the Blue Beacon, there was no line, which was nice, so all is good here. Got myself planned, and it's going to be about 2.5 hours to the Fresh Express, and I still gotta stop somewhere to get fuel. Let's see. Yeah, I'm taking 39 all the way down to 90, so that means I should stop in Beloit to get my fuel and be done with it, which is kind of nice because that's like a kind of a halfway point for the trip. But you know, 2.5 hours, so you know, I could do that with one sitting anyways. But all right.
Outlined by our shippers to design a transportation package that will provide the best temperature-controlled.
So apparently they're doing some sort of computer maintenance. It's like some sort of monthly maintenance, and it's going to be down until like 4 in the morning. So I can't call to get my fuel card unlocked.
Night and weekend dispatch department. Please wait for the next available dispatcher. Thank you for waiting.
So, you know, obviously I can't get my fuel card unlocked.
Currently 3 callers ahead
We're
of
down
you.
to 3. So the main guy from my terminal, he said you can try the main Jackson dispatch office and see if they have like one computer that's running. I don't know. I'm about to give up on that.
Night and weekend dispatch department. Please wait for the next available dispatcher. Thank you for waiting.
I guess I can check. I mean, it should. I don't know. We'll see.
There are currently 3 callers ahead of you.
10 minutes. Well, see, the thing is, with how crappy this tank is, it reads lower than it does, even though it's full. Like when I filled it up the other day, it was, I mean, I topped it off and I really pushed it and it still didn't even read full. So I know that this is a bit off. Oh boy. All right, let's see what we can do. Really? Come on now. Does it not work? Oh, hell. Alright, for whatever reason, it didn't like tap to pay, so I had to use my Amex. Alright, really? Is this it? Alright, now we got it. See, the problem is we got to extra fill it. And I know some of you guys will be like, oh no, that's terrible, you can't do that. Never fill above 90%. Shit like that. Whatever. Whoops. But you can tell there is a bit of a difference. See, it was just over 3/4, and now it is about halfway between. Can we not do that? Now it's about halfway between 3/4 and full. Ooh, a whopping 6 gallons. Let's see if I'm gonna get reimbursed my $29. Oh gosh, I gotta run inside, grab a receipt though. So this is fun. This is absolutely fun. And of course I spilled half of it on the fucking ground there. Oh man. It's an exercise in stupidity. Idiots. But okay, we are finally done. Now we've got about an hour and 20 minutes still. Ugh. And then watch this. I'm gonna get there, and they're gonna be closed or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just being dramatic right now. That's all. Made it here to the Fresh Express Chiquita. Dealt with the guard. I think it was probably on something, so he was a little unsure of what was going on, but gonna run inside, see if they want me to drop into one of these doors or if they just want me to drop it in the yard in the back. And then I'm gonna GTFO. Got an hour and a half to get there, so that's gonna be fun. Dropped off here. I actually dropped it off in the side lot because there were some spots here. Surprisingly, normally I have to go to the back of the building. Honestly, at this point in time, I just want to get to the yard, get hooked up to the trailer, get my paperwork and everything, and just call it a night. I don't feel terrible, but it's like, might as well. It's not like I'm going to be rushing. And plus tomorrow, or I guess later today, is Sunday, so definitely no need to rush, so hell with it. Might as well take it easy if I can, so I am feeling a-okay when I get home. So the trailer is hooked up, good to go, did a pre-trip. So from here, it's about 360 miles, which means it'll be about roughly a 6-hour drive. Honestly, I might be able to do a split break instead of a full 10, but I do not know yet if I want to do that. The only other predicament that I have here is we can see the tandems are pretty far forward, and the gross weight, according to the paperwork, is 44,300, and that is pretty heavy. That's pretty close to exceeding the maximum that a full-size sleeper can haul in a reefer trailer. So I'm a little nervous, honestly. And of course, it doesn't have a scale ticket. I highly doubt that it has been scaled, for that matter, since the guy, I assume he knew that he was coming here, so. And you know, Joliet, as often as I go there, they're fairly good, but I have had, on occasion, times where they overloaded the trailer, so, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's see, let's figure a few things out here first. First things first is doing my 10-hour break. That'll put me up at 1 in the afternoon. And then so that means I'll get to wherever I'm going at like a little after 7 Sunday night. So 50-50 chance of finding parking based on where I'm going. I might have to pay for parking. I can already guarantee that. Let's check Copilot to see if it's going to take me through Louisville or Cincinnati. Saying Louisville. Louisville is about 9 miles faster. So 10 minutes faster, allegedly. But I do have more parking options if I go through Cincinnati, so that is probably what I'm going to do. Now, the whole fun issue of if I'm going to weigh this tomorrow and find out that it's overweight, we already know what's going to happen there. Not thrilled about it, but we know what's going to happen. That's good. Well, at least that'll get me over there. If I do a split break, let's see, I've got 5.5 on my 11 right now. I will get back 23 minutes, so I'll have about 6 hours. So I only need 5 to get to where I'm parking. So if I do a split, that means I can get up at 10 in the morning. It's tempting, because after I do my split, I won't need to start, and if I get to where I want to park, I don't need to start rolling until like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night the next day, so almost 24 hours. Yeah, I guess we'll just see what happens. I might just get the split. Hell with it. Get out of here. I guess I need to see how many way stations I have too. I've got one on 65 South, just south of here. If I was to continue through the Louisville route, I would have one more on 64 just before or just after Louisville, and that'll be it. Cincinnati route, I know I would have one by the Indiana-Ohio border, and I think that would be it. I mean, then again, I could scale it tomorrow after I leave and find out that it's perfectly fine, but do we really trust these people? No, we do not. Oh well, I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings, or let me rephrase that, what later today will bring. It's time for me to have my dinner, because what I had at where the hell was I? Walmart earlier today, or yesterday, is technically lunch based on when I woke up, so. Oh hell. I'm not enthused. I'm not a happy camper. Ah, what a lovely, beautiful morning here at the yard. It is currently 11 o'clock in the morning. I still have 2 hours left on my 10. I decided to go ahead and do the full 10 just to have it for whatever happens. The yard here is pretty full. They got all these trailers. They're in the process of trying to get rid of the older reefer intermodule trailers, like this one next to me. As you can see, is being demarked, and I would assume in the process of attempting to being sold. Ooh, barely has half a tank. Yeah, so this yard is packed and always super joyous to go to, because it is always impossible to find parking, and you just gotta get creative with it. Obviously, last night I was lucky that this person found a spot where he dropped the trailer. But for that matter, I am gonna go ahead and attempt to take a shower. I know that this is a very hard task to do here, as always someone trying to take a shower, or the water is shut off for whatever reason, or any number of issues. So I guess we'll see how this goes. Just trying to kill a little bit of time. Couldn't fall back to sleep either, so it is what it is. And then I was doing my trip planning. I think by the time I hit Cincinnati, I'll feel how I feel and decide whether or not I want to go to the Cincinnati. Wait, what did I say? Indianapolis? Once I hit Indianapolis, I'll decide how I feel, and depending on that, I'll see if I want to go through Louisville and try to park in Waddy, because I know it's going to be a little late once I start going through there. So my better bet will most likely be trying to go through Cincinnati and parking in Georgetown. So that'll most likely be the case. But then again, I guess we'll see. But for now, let's attempt to take the shower. And most excitingly, this will be the first time I do a shower video here in the yard, or here at the terminal. Fancy enough. Shower experience was moderately poor. Here at the terminal, they have 3 showers. 1 and 3 are very, very low water pressure, terrible spigots. So if you don't get number 2, then you're gonna have a bad time. And I did not get number 2 today, so. But on the other hand, best case scenario, assuming everything goes to plan, I'm gonna be parking at a Pilot tonight. So either tonight or sometime tomorrow before I leave for McLean, I'll be able to take another shower. So I'm not terribly shook. At least I did a little something. So better than nothing, right? But with that, I was able to kill a little bit of time, and now it is time for me to go ahead and get rolling. I need to do my pre-trip, get situated, and I'm gonna go scale, and then I'm gonna fight through this awful traffic. I'm not even sure what's going on. I know they're doing construction on 65 right by 80, so 80 is backed up. I was thinking about detouring around, but that looked like way more of a hassle than it probably is worth, so I guess I'm just gonna go sit in traffic. Super thrilled about. And then after that, it looks like it's gonna be smooth sailing, but of course every time I say that in a video, shit happens, so we know that that's not the case. I've got like 8 hours on my 70 for today, so I guess we'll see, right? But, and then of course just seeing what happens and trying to get to, I guess I'm gonna go to Georgetown. I'm not, I mean, it is I don't know, but I'm probably gonna do Georgetown instead of Waddy. Georgetown is actually closer than Waddy, so technically I would be closer to the receiver. Oh man. Alright, well, time to get all this set and get rolling. I know that's not just like a, oh, you know, slightly off, slightly different scale or whatever. No, this is clearly slid the tandems and left them the way they were and didn't bother scaling it because he knew he was dropping it and not having to deal with it. So this is 2 holes backwards. I am at currently almost a full tank of fuel, so basically, you know, the only thing that I have going for me is the fact that once I burn about half a tank of fuel, I'll be good to go on my drive axle, you know, because I've got that fuel. So that's good. Well, it's not good. It's far from ideal, but yeah, I mean that's about as good as I can get it, because I can slide it forward 1, but that will put me overweight on my trailer, and that will not have any change. But on my tandems, at least I know that as I drive and burn off diesel, that will reduce the weight there and eventually become legal. But half a tank, ugh. Oh well. Not great. Made it here to Shelbyville, Indiana, and for a restroom break, and I failed to realize, obviously I'm going the Cincinnati route, there's actually the way station coming into Ohio from Indiana, and then the way station in Kentucky just south of where 71 splits off. I mean, it's nighttime, so it's probably gonna be closed, like the one in Indiana that I already passed, but just let's make this as stressful as possible, right? Gosh, okay. But with that, I've got about just close to 3 hours left on today's drive, so not terrible. So I am currently parked here at the Loves in Sadieville. Sounds about right. So first of all, I gave up on the idea of trying to go to the Pilot in Georgetown, mainly because, I don't know, I didn't feel like dealing with that. Second of all, yeah, I guess I would like to take a shower tomorrow afternoon or morning or whenever before I leave. Yeah, not the end of the world if I don't. I will most likely be parking somewhere at a Pilot or something before I actually get home on Tuesday, whenever that is, so I'll just do it then. So that's not the end of the world either. Third of all, there looked like a major traffic backup from 75 to where it joins 64 on the north side of Lexington. I know they're doing a bunch of construction there, so I don't know if there's, it's just, lane shifts and less lanes than normal, or if there was an actual accident. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I tried to look at the cameras, the KY511 cameras, but I couldn't see anything on them. So I'll keep an eye on it. If it looks like it's like that tomorrow again, then I'll just have to plan to leave a little earlier. I also did my mapping. I am 39 miles from McLean here, and if I was to go to Waddy and stop there, that would have been about 46 miles. So technically closer, and if I would have made it to Pilot, I would have been like 6 miles closer or whatever. So they can't get mad at me. I'm closer than I normally would be. Also, something else I needed to add, the way station in Ohio and Kentucky were both closed, so lucky me. No, at this point in time, I'm just at around half a tank, so in theory, I wouldn't be heavy on my drives. I'm half debating on scaling it before I leave tomorrow afternoon. If I A, feel like it, and B, remember, and C, it lets me, I will do it. Just to see, because I am curious. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that this Love's here is the first place that I took a 34-hour reset in the truck, both with the company and just in general trucking, because with my previous work experiences, I was always home every week and never needed a 34. But here, I was hauling a load from Georgia up to Cincinnati, and it was my first time in the truck. I still didn't get home since going down to Mississippi, picking up the truck, and I ran for like a week and a half-ish, roughly, before I actually close to 2 weeks probably, before I actually got home from picking up the truck. And in between that time, I had to take a 34-hour reset. So doing that the very first time was interesting, to say the least. But I did it here. I did it right over there. Right over there where that black Volvo is. I remember because I was right on the edge, and to the left of me on the very end of the row was a Werner truck. So that was pretty neat. Okay, enough rambling here. It is time for me to get my food and call it a night. Excuse the dirty windshield, but we've got a nice, scenic, cloudy covered day. It's right now about just before 6 o'clock. I'm gonna go ahead and do my pre-trip. By the time I finish that and roll out of here, I've got roughly an hour to go. So it should get me there close to 7, which all in all will be an hour ahead of appointment, and hopefully they'll get me right to the door so I don't have to piss around to try to find parking, but we'll see. Did a quick re-weigh here, and as you can see, burned off 400 gallons worth of fuel. So with this this is actually very useful information. About half a tank of fuel, maybe a little bit less, equates about 400 gallons. So pretty useful information. Glad I did this. I'm almost illegal now. I officially have a legal scale ticket. Alright, time for me to roll. Hopefully this traffic isn't too bad. I looked on the Google and it seemed to be fine.
Turn left.
Also, I just want to point out, in the span that it took me to do my, from recording to do my pre-trip, the parking lot got filled up so quickly. You know, it's like right when 6 o'clock on the dot hit, everyone just started piling in, which was quite interesting. Successfully docked in the door here at the McLean. Interesting note, so when I was on US 27, that guy, I think it was the Kentucky 4 loop around Indianapolis, or Lexington. Yeah, I think I was on 4 loop. He flew by me. You know, the speed limit there was 55. I was obviously doing the speed limit, and he flew by me. But I somehow made it here before him, because I saw him pull up behind me when I was checking in at the guard shack, which was interesting. I'm not sure where the hell he went. And then I got docked. I saw him go that way. Now, one specific thing about this place is when you enter, you gotta turn right and then back all the way down to wherever your door is, instead of pulling forward and doing a blindside back, which is fair. I understand that, you know, safety and what have you. But I saw him pull up. He did a U-turn down there and then pulled up. He parked there. He went somewhere, and then he's still not docked or anything, so I don't know. Curious to know what that dude's up to. He's up to something. But anyways, yeah, made it here, checked in. The gentleman at the guard shack, older gentleman, he at this point in time recognizes me, so that's nice. Probably the only person that I recognize, or person recognizes me when I frequent these places. So it is currently 9 o'clock, exactly 2 hours after arrival. Fire trucks departing from somewhere. That was really fast. I'm not sure why, but it was, I mean, normally, it's at least 3.5, 4 hours from the multiple other times I've come here, so that was interesting. Good for me. So now, I mean, you know, the only thing is, oh hell, I can't just simply have a simple, there's like nowhere to, whatever, that's not my problem. Anyways, oh, I'm surprised you did not hit that. Huh. So, yeah, so now I'm gonna go to the Blue Beacon, get the trailer washed out, then hop out up in Walton, then go up to the Tropicana, which is right by 275 and 75 in Cincinnati, and then bobtail home. I mean, at this hour, I'm probably just going to go straight there tonight and not take a break anywhere, so. Oh, hello. So you can see myself in the reflection. But I have made it here to the Tropicana, as you can clearly see, right? Dropping the trailer, I got it washed out at the Blue Beacon. So we are all set. It is 11:45, so that means I'll probably get home at around 2:30 in the morning, or to my parents' place. The only thing is, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I wanted to take a shower, but I parked at the Loves, so that was not an option. Or, I guess it was an option, but the hell, I'm paying for that. Too cheap for that. So, well, we'll see how I feel, but I might stop at the Pilot right by my parents' place and take a shower there before I go there. We'll see how I feel. It's not super late, so I should be okay. But then after that, I am planning, and we'll see how this works out, but I am planning to spend the night in the truck down there so I can at least see my mother once I wake up before I go back to the city. So, yeah. I do want to apologize. Clearly it's not 3 in the morning and I'm not at the farm. I got a little wrapped up and did not film the ending of this video. I got to my parents at like, it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. My mom was actually up taking care of the dogs, so I chatted with her, and then I decided to go straight home and get some sleep and start my home time. The only thing that really sucked about the ending of this trip and video and everything is because my load got unloaded on Monday evening, they ended up counting that as my last day, even though I didn't get home until Tuesday morning, which in the past, that, you know, they count your home time starting the next day, so I thought it would start on Wednesday, meaning I would get back to work the following Tuesday, but instead I had to get back to work the following Monday, because so I don't know. It's, that got a little frustrating, but overall that wasn't terrible. Home time wasn't bad or anything, it was just like, yeah, come on now. But anyways, yeah, oh well. So hopefully that was a somewhat entertaining, fun video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, aka now, because I'm just now about to start another video.